Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Urban Update. I'm Byron Barnett. On the show this morning, City Council elections in Chelsea. Democracy is certainly in full spirit in Chelsea as candidates have come out in impressive numbers to run for City Council. While Chelsea no longer has mayoral elections like the ones next door in Everett and Revere, Chelsea still has important positions to be filled on the City Council and the school committee as well. Today we'll take a look at 4 of the 6 City Councilor at-large choices that voters will have in early November. The remaining 2 candidates will appear next week. On the show today, first-time candidates Damale Vido and Todd Taylor, incumbent Calvin Brown, and former City Council Roy Avellaneda. We will start out in alphabetical order as we devote one segment to each of the 4 candidates. We start with Roy Avellaneda today. Welcome to Urban Update, Roy, and I'm just glad I could pronounce that name.
It's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, let me start out. Let me begin. Why are you running for City Council? One of the 3 running for one of the 3 seats. There are 6 candidates running for 3 seats at large on the City Council in Chelsea. You're a former City Councilor. Why are you running again?
Well, Todd, Byron. When I was coming out of college, we were at the time coming out of receivership, and we had just seen 3 mayors being sent to jail. That was my first impact to my young adult life of seeing how city government can be bad. And at that point, I made a personal decision to say, living in my city, I wanted to make a contribution, a positive one, and get involved. And I really strongly about civic participation. And from that moment, I've basically dedicated my adult life to participating, from being a member of the planning board, being a district councilor, councilor at large, serving as the legislative aide at the State House, working for Mass DOT as a program manager, and currently as a licensing board member, but also attending, if not hundreds, thousands of community meetings and events since that time. So community engagement is one of the things I feel very strongly about.
Well, what, in your opinion, are 2 or 3 of the most pressing issues facing Chelsea residents in the next few years?
Well, I believe number 1 is the impact that economic development that is happening in the city of Chelsea. We're seeing a large amount of economic development, and we have to be careful about what its impact may be and mitigate the negative parts about it. Second, there is always a concern about crime and trying to reduce that. And the opiate, unfortunately, Chelsea has not escaped what's happening in the greater Boston area. The increased use of opiates, heroin, and lastly, just consistently improving city services in the city of Chelsea. All that while balancing the tax burden that we put upon our commercial and residential owners.
Why do you think you would be a good representative for the residents of Chelsea?
Well, I'm a Chelsea kid growing up, who has a lot of experience, as I just mentioned. I've had a lot of different roles, not only in the public service side, but also in the private. And I believe that all of that experience gives me the opportunity to come up with some great ideas of how we can improve services in the city of Chelsea. But more than anything else, it's my dedication and passion, that I have for my city.
Now, you mentioned city services. What, if anything, are you planning to do to make City Hall more proactive in providing city services and maintenance?
Well, I believe that's more of a mindset, and as a city councilor, I've always been a proactive. I spent most of my time as a city councilor coming up with initiatives rather than being reactive, and I planned on sitting down with the city manager and the department heads to respond to the concerns raised by the residents.
Can you share any specific initiatives that you'll be spearheading?
Well, now, first and foremost, I'm looking to increase the residential tax exemption provided to homeowners. Right now, it's only at 20%. The state allows you to go up to 30%, and I'd like to have that done. And along with that, I'd like to see, we have not seen any contributions by any of the development that's gone on since I've left to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
And I guess with all the new developments going on in the city, there are a number of issues, and the Silver Line is going to be coming through there. Rents and housing are always an issue. What is your take on these issues and how you see them affecting Chelsea?
Well, again, the Silver Line, I think, is a great project for the city of Chelsea. I believe in improving transportation services to the city, and ideally, I would like to see the expansion. My pie in the sky project would love to see some sort of bike path, pedestrian bridge connecting Chelsea with Boston, so that we can allow people to bike to Boston or walk to Boston. And so I think that we need to continue to go down that road.
The city has a big Latino presence, as everyone knows. Some have said that the city should do more to diversify its own workforce. Do you agree with that? And do you have any ideas on how that can be done?
I'm in regular communication or contact with city officials as I walk through the corridors of City Hall. There are a number of Latino workers there, and also in the police department and the fire department. So I think the city administration has done a good job of having Latinos hired as part of it. So I believe we do have currently a diverse workforce.
Okay, and we're going to leave it right there. Roy Avellaneda, one of 6 city council candidates running for 3 seats in Chelsea. Thanks for coming in. Good luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you very much.
Okay, when we come back, Chelsea City Councilor and incumbent Calvin Brown right here on Urban Update.